Well, we're back at it again. Now, the last, I just wasn't feeling very good. Sorry, y'all, for the first playthrough on the Acguy uh, run. It's like, I just want to say, like night and day compared to the Zaku one. Uh, I was able to get so many more missions completed because they were possible. I mean, the playthrough with the Zaku one was literal murder. Um, you had to be so careful about everything you do, and but the Acqui is a lot better. Is like 3 times better, but it's still because it's a slower, clunkier mobile suit. You have to be kind of careful of how you strafe the enemy attacks, and he can still be taken out pretty easily. The main thing that's going for him is he does have lasers, but the issue with Acqui, since he's so slow, when I don't know if you'll notice, but when I fire rounds with the laser, the first round, if he's in motion, will go into the ground. He'll shoot the first one into the ground, and maybe the second one, but the third and thereon, if you just hold down square, he'll shoot where he's supposed to shoot. So it's like you're going every time you start shooting, if you're moving, he'll waste at least 2 to 3, well, 2 rounds, 1 to 2 rounds. It doesn't seem to happen with the missiles. Like you can see it just there, like just a second ago. He'll fire the lasers into the ground when he's moving, especially if you're moving opposite and strafing the opponent. Um, but that's just something I've noticed. You know what I mean? But these missions have been going a lot but quicker uh, compared to the Zaku. I was able to get through quite a bit of missions. I actually was having more fun than frustration with this run. If I could just keep this going, I think we'll be able to get through this run pretty quick. I think I only missed one mission because I didn't time it well. One of them I got, it was like the date was right on top of each other, so I wasn't able to fully repair in between one mission, so I missed out on that one. But for the most part, I think that there was only one that I struggled on, and it was on this map right here in the river when you had to destroy the boats. I was trying to just go ahead and destroy all the machines, the other mobile suits, but oh, I guess yeah, it's this one. I'm trying to destroy all the mobile suits, and that way I can you know enjoy myself and destroying them all because this is so much easier than killing them with the Zaku. Um, and I guess I was getting like a little cocky because you got 3 weapons and you got lasers and it's easier to kill things and easier to defeat enemies and all this other stuff. And then I was trying to do too much too quick, and there's a Gundam, and anytime there's a Gundam in this game, whether it's the ground type or if I think you can actually go against the RX-78 on the very hard mode. But every time you go against one, you're likely to get taken down with one of these really terrible grunt suits. So, I mean, the Aqua is not as bad. Like you can see, I got him from behind and was able to take him out fairly quickly. But it might be this map. There's one where you have to destroy the boats that are on the river, and there's 3. And I was doing my best to try to take down as many as I could, but unfortunately, there's just too many enemies, and they got such insane range. Like they have really good range. and if you aren't careful, you can get taken out pretty quick. No, it's not this one. I don't think. Though in the next one, I'm gonna try to go ahead and do. I was gonna try to do goof, like a goof run, but I'm debating whether to do the goof or the goof custom. I want to make it to where it's fun, but it's not too easy. I think the goof custom would be extremely easy to play through because um, he's just got so many weapons and he's like a close combat beast, and I think it would be really easy to play through that. I mean, it'd be really fun. Even this mission, like I don't know if y'all seen the Zaku run. This mission, even with lasers and a better mobile suit, the fact that the Acguy is kind of slow, this mission was hard. I played this mission like at least 6 times trying to beat it. I had to use a lot of the strategies that I was using with the Zaku run, but I wasn't trying to be as careful. Uh, I mean, you kind of like get a feel for the mobile suit to where you're like, I could probably pull this off, or I could do this and not worry too much. And I was getting a little fast and loose with it. And you see, was using my strategy for the with the Zaku wanted shoot the gun out of their hands. First things first, shoot the gun out of their hands. Or, if you get lucky enough to shoot the gun out of their hands. Because at least lucky enough, these three don't tend to move for whatever reason. I'm not sure what, but they don't tend to move, so you can get pretty lucky with a lot of your hits. But anyway, on this one, I'm doing the same thing, trying to pull them. It's kind of weird. I didn't realize that the lasers had bullet drop. I guess they lose some sort of velocity somehow. I mean, maybe they're like not exactly lasers, but more like a some sort of plasma. But it seems like for the GMs, if you take their head off and it's just the right angle, it seems to kill them. Some of the times, I really wish that they would have taken account to the cockpit location. I mean, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. As this is a couple days in between recording, so um, I wish they would have registered where the cockpit location is. So if you do shoot, like the hitbox gives you like a little bit more of a damage in that area. to where it's like you could one shot them if you hit it just right. But I've been working on. I need to come like maybe make a little video or something, or or something. I'm not sure. I've been trying to learn how to do etching for like scribing and stuff for the Gundams, and I've been doing pretty decently with the RX 79V new Gundam. Um, I got some like little scribing tools from AliExpress, which are not the greatest because the blade on them is not straight half the time. But I don't really have like a tool to kind of straighten them out. I need like some sort of, I guess, a band sander or like some sort of sanding, like high powered sanding equipment. Not a Dremel, but like actual like some sort of sander to kind of keep straighten the blade to where it's flat and not tilted. Like they didn't really they cast the part, but they didn't really sharpen it correctly or done it right. I mean, it's all right. It works good for what I'm doing, but it's not perfect. But I'm doing the new Gundam, and I'm trying to like figure out how to do the etching and the scribing and make customs. The etching stuff's been pretty good. It does help to have some of the etching tape, which is pretty cheap on AliExpress. And then I got some of those paint pens, which are really good. They're Posca brand, Uni Posca, and they've been working really well. Like if you put it on there pretty good, you got a good panel line. I've been using the gray one for like the panel lines, and then just rubbing it off with just my finger or sanding it if it gets kind of like it doesn't want to come off real easily with some really high grit sandpaper. And then I got some of that cheap Walmart, uh, I guess gloss top coat, and it gives a actually kind of a nice texture, so it doesn't feel like plastic. It kind of feels like metal. Like it kind of has like a worn metal look. At some point, I might get like a more expensive gloss to where it's kind of flat and see how that goes. But it's not bad. It kind of has like a texture to it, where it's kind of like realistic. But those paints with it with after being glossed down, um, are they're great. Like I don't honestly would really ever want to use a paintbrush again. But these missions are a lot simpler with this. It's kind of sad though if you think about it that they've neutered the Zaku that much. I mean, I guess it's more realistic because it was an old, like one of the first suits. But I feel like when you watch some of the animes, even though it's a older suit, they kind of it, it's not helpless. They could still achieve certain tasks relatively easily. But I think those are kind of in desperate situations. I kind of was avoiding Thunderbolts for a while because it just seems so grim. Like I don't mind grim in Gundam, but sometimes it gets a little too grim for me. I guess it's like when you watch something dark for a little bit, you're just kind of like, man, I just need I need like a slice of life. You know what I mean? I need like a was it Tommy Chan as a girl or something or I like that one. bad with names. I was gonna try to check out that one, the one with a cat, a chain smoking cat or something. I was gonna try that out and see how it goes. But there's a lot of slice of life animes that are kind of just chill. Totoroa, yeah, I guess. Yeah, My Dress Up Darling. Yeah, that one too. I'm bad with names. I, I know. Because I wish I could sew. It'd be nice. I just cannot sew. I've tried it. It doesn't matter what I do. It walks sideways when I feed it. I've tried like holding on to it, different angles. I've tried, putting the 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 little needles in. I've done everything you could possibly think of, and I can't sew. I'd love to be able to sew, make all these clothes and stuff, and like custom stuff that you can wear and alter things and make things fit. It's not one of the skills I have. Like I can draw and I can write. Of course, those are the two things that AI is kind of just, you know, destroyed. Writing is gone, is dead, and people don't read anymore. So writing books is kind of silly. Nobody will ever read it. And then, you know, it was a. I was writing a. It's like a Harry Potter book. We haven't had one in so long that I think that people would be hungry for it. But uh, it's kind of in that a world that's similar to that. It's not fan. It's its own thing. But people don't read. And I wouldn't know how to monetize it. And my wife likes it, but it's hard to get motivation when you feel like you're making something that nobody will ever see. So like the same thing with the music. I wrote all those lyrics by myself, like handwritten, and nobody ever listens to them. And it makes you, you know, lose motivation when you're creative. If you're like a creative and you have no way to show people things, you don't have motivation to do things. If that makes sense, it kind of makes you like it gets you depressed, and then you just don't care. You don't care about anything anymore. So yeah, that's it. What it is. Uh, it's pretty good. When I published those two books, or two little short stories, nothing ever came of it, fortunately. Agnam died. Oh, I guess I won. I thought I died. This mission was oddly fun and slightly easy. Though I did do one run of this one before, and man, I got decimated. I guess I was coming off the mountain too fast, and they all got me at the same time and just neutralized me pretty quick. I tend to find myself like watching like more slice of life stuff. It's too bad they don't have like I like the Isekai stuff a lot. And it's kind of crazy that it's as popular as it is, and they never really try to make any live action Isekai stuff. I thought that like I heard rumors that they were going to make one for solo leveling, and then they just never did anything with it. I feel like that genre would be really well, adapted. I mean, even if it's got some sort of AI uh, special effects, here and there. Like I'm not completely against AI, but it's like I feel like they should use it as a tool for like special effects and stuff instead of like being stuck. Like I feel like there should be some human manipulation a little bit to it, but like they're spending like a lot of their budget on special effects, and then now I feel like you could you know get that same kind of thing going on where you can spend more money on like costume, and wardrobe, and actors, and sets and stuff like that instead of special effects. The prompts you might have to tinker with the prompts a little bit, but and that's just time. But you could get those mundane things out of the way to where you can actually put out a better product. And instead of trying to use it to like replace actors and stuff like that, use it to use it on special effects. That way you can utilize it to make things faster. Like I said, it would I think feel like it'd cut down production of a lot of this stuff down significantly. But I mean that's how I see it. I'm working on it, getting them right now while I'm doing the narration, so you might hear some movement. Working on the new Gundam. The legs and the upper body got done pretty quick. I wish I could find like a gray of these pins, like a light gray. It seems like all I've found in the pins is really dark gray, but I want a light gray to really pull it all together. And sadly, haven't really found anything like that yet. But I'll find something at some point because it does make the building process a lot more fun when you're not having to deal with all that the paint and the mixing and everything else. You could just kind of like put it together fairly swiftly. You see a little like I want to add a little detail here, I want to add a little detail there. Uh, Paint here, paint there, kind of thing, and then move on. And the bad thing is on the etching and stuff is you get carried away. I get carried away. Like, ooh, I could put something here, I could put something there, and then you're like, this is gonna get a little too busy. Um, it's like I like things clean and simple, but with just a little touch of detail here and there, kind of thing. So Yeah, this one you really you got to pay attention to where they're coming at because you could lose the supply depots pretty quick. And if you're trying to reload or something like that, they do move deceptively fast up those hills. So it's like you're like, oh, I got time, and you just turn around and you're like they're right up on you, or they destroy the depot when you're trying to use it to to fill up all your ammo, and next thing you know, it's over. So I'm kind of curious actually. I was thinking about doing the goof, but maybe I should do a gun cannon, or not a gun cannon. Yeah, a gun cannon. Uh,
All enemy units confirmed destroyed.
because I haven't really used a lot of these. I think on this one when I was a kid and I was playing this, I was just like, I want to get the you're saving up your points and you're trying to get through it as fast as you can just to get the Gundam. And when you're a kid, you don't like, oh, I want to try all of these. You're just like I just want to go.
Enemy forces
And
discovered
now I'm
supply
like,
depot. Intercept.
I want to try it all out, see how it all is, and then that way I can kind of because I've looked on YouTube for playthroughs, and I don't see like a lot of playthroughs to go through like every mobile suit. It's usually like they'll play with one for a little bit, and then they'll switch to another and another mission, and then they're just going through the actual whole game. They don't just like stick to one suit. And I was like, it'd be nice to kind of like do a complete run through where you can actually see the game completely gone through with each suit. So if you wanted to play, you were like, okay, I like the gameplay of this suit, and I want to try this suit out. So I don't know. I was thinking about trying something like that. I think that'd be fun because it is fun to play through,
Supply request confirmed.
just in general. And I think it'd be really easy to go through it too once I get uh, everything opened
Supply depot hit. Watch for
and
enemy fire.
upgraded. The only issue is once I do that, it's gonna be on very hard. So it's like if one of the mobile suits is not good and I'm playing through on very hard, it's gonna be obviously very hard. So I'm not sure how that'll go. I think it'd make good content for somebody that actually like really loves this game. But it's like few and far between. I feel like I'm making this really for me because I like
Fire
this game.
preventing resupply operations.
Maybe at some point I might like try to play a game that other people like, but at the moment, uh, it's hard. I don't. It's hard to get anybody to watch these. Uh, even people I know. Uh, my mom watches these. I'm glad that she takes the time to watch them.
Commencing reload.
And she enjoys watching me play games. She always has. When I was
Ammunition reload complete.
little, she used to watch me play The Elder Scrolls Oblivion a lot when I was young, and the Batman games and stuff like that. Uh, I'm also playing this because it's like I was looking through all my like pictures and videos and stuff, and I was looking for stuff from my dad. And me and him, we kind of had like a pretty strained relationship. Um, but I was like, man, I don't have anything like pictures or videos. The only thing I really have of him is with when I was like little tiny, like 2 or 3 years old, and stuff with us together.
Supply
The few
request
pictures that I
confirmed.
do have
Commencing reload.
of him is with my half sister. It's like I don't really have anything of him with me at all. Uh, just due to the nature of our relationship, I guess. It was always kind of strained. I mean, it's not like I didn't try, but you can only do so much when you're a kid. Now we did start kind of growing together later when we were older, and I could drive. But by then, he had gotten so bad health wise that he was pretty much just he was sleeping. All he could really do was sleep. He couldn't really get up and do anything. He got too tired, and he was in too much pain. Though I think that's why he had such anger issues. I think he was just in so much constant pain all the time that it came out as anger. So I don't know. People do things when they're hurting.
Stay away.
Sadly.
Enemy has begun to withdraw. We succeeded. The Federation has ceased fire.
But I really wish they'd make more Gundam games in America. I was seeing that they have like an arcade cabinet that
Allied forces are
they have
closing
over
in on the
there.
supply depot.
You get in there and you move around, and
Advance the
it's
trailers.
like you're actually in the cockpit. I mean, if I wasn't so dang poor,
Harvester is
I'd
moving
like to
for
go to
air.
Japan and just go into one of their hobby shops. Like find a cheap one that's kind of off the grid, to where you can get some actual good prices, and look at some of the stuff they got, because they have like this the premium Bandai stuff, which I don't really care about any of it except for the stuff from Requiem of Vengeance. Uh, like I've talked about it on other episodes before. It's like I wasn't big on the story all that much, uh, but the mobile suits are perfection. Like they look amazing. They move perfectly. Um, the details on them are just astounding. Uh, yeah, and half the time you do. I mean,
Understood.
relatively, you
Commencing
do kind of
reload.
like forget that it's that it's not live action because they did so well with the character models. I really wish they'd do more with that, with the model kits, because the kits, like the RX-78 or the yeah the I think RX-78 EX, the that model kit was what really kind of got me back into Gundam, because I had stopped a long time ago when I stopped getting Gundams and stuff. It was like back in the early 2000s, and that's because the model kits that I saw weren't that great. You really didn't want model kits. You wanted the kits or the figures, the action figures, because the action figures were just better made. Like they're heavy plastic. They had all the accessories. You didn't have to put nothing together. It was already together. The articulation was really good. Um, and you could take off the arms. You could take off the legs. You can do like little. You could play with them. They were toys. So when I was young, when I was really little, those were like the thing to have. Though there's supposed to be, to date this video, there's supposed to be a new Gundam coming out, new series. Not sure what it's going to be about though. I'm kind of curious. Uh, with the game coming out, with the Rogue Orbit coming out, and I think maybe it'll be about that. Like like in that world, so you can kind of when the game comes out, you can kind of see or understand what's going on in that world. But then again, they may not want anybody to know, so they can kind of keep the game contained. I'm not sure. Most companies they'll do that though. Kind of give you like a show or something in that world to kind of see what's going on.
Understood. Loading ammunition.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. At the moment we don't. There's not much information about it, and uh, they're kind of keeping everything close to the chest. But should be coming more information out this coming weekend. Uh, we'll see.
It looks as if the assault has stopped. The mission was a success. Nice piloting. Thanks for all your help.
Ceasing operation. Return to base.
The Federation assault has already begun. Defense has been destroyed. You're our only hope. Protect the supply depot until the enemy retreats. Use the terrain to get a bead on the enemy. Damn! Filthy Theon dogs!
Yeah, on this one, you really got to just pick a side because
I've been hit! It's
they're
over!
going to be coming so fast. But it's hard to get to one side or the other with this mobile suit.
Supply request confirmed. Commencing reload.
You pretty much just have. I don't know if you have a better mobile suit, but you pretty much just have to sacrifice that other side. There's really no way you can get over there fast enough. So on this one, I pretty much just had to stick to one side and let it go. I mean, I tried to do both, but you're just not fast enough with this mobile suit. Kind of had to pick a side and sacrifice.
Air forces approaching. Watch the skies. Supply depot hit. Watch for enemy fire.
Understood. Loading ammunition. Get away! Understood. Commencing reload. Stay away! Not! Not here! Why? The enemy has begun to withdraw. We succeeded. The Federation has ceased fire. You have my gratitude.
Small force may just succeed.
Yeah, and this one, I just
Watch for enemies
I
spotted.
kind of just
Over
like
headquarters.
gave up.
They're few but strong. Give it all you got.
Watch for